Hey everyone, welcome to Logan's Mosh Pit. Glad to have you here. Do me a favor and please subscribe if you haven't already. Today we're going to admire a stellar batch of albums that are turning 50 years old this year. Even though all of them are quite dated, each one still brings something special to the table. One by one, I'll provide you with a brief overview of each album with an interesting fact tacked on at the very end. Don't sweat it if I skip a record that you really like, because I'll probably get to it eventually. I apologize in advance if I say anyone's name wrong. Some are very tricky to pronounce. Let's begin. First album, ABBA's self-titled album. Release date April 21st, 1975. What I like about the album cover is how cramped they look in the back seats. It makes me think of sardines. The album length clocks in at 44 minutes and 34 seconds, littered with 13 total tracks. I think that the best song on here is I Do, I Do, I Do, I Do, I Do. My favorite line is, "Now I just made it. I found you at last." Recording location, Glenn Studio in Sweden. The lineup meshes Agnetha Faltskog on lead and backing vocals, Annie Frid Lyngstad on lead and backing vocals, Bjorn Ulvaeus on guitar, and Benny Andersson on piano, clarinet, and synthesizers. Total sales surpassed the 1 million mark. An interesting fact regarding this album is that it helped expand their influence beyond their home country. Next album, The Snow Goose by Camel. Release date April 25th, 1975. What I like about the album cover is the blocky font that they decided to use. The album length lasts for approximately 43 minutes and 5 seconds, loaded up with 16 total tracks. I think that the best tune on here is the tremendous title track. Seeing as how it's an instrumental that lacks any words, my favorite part of the song occurs at the 1 minute and 52 second mark. Recording location, Island Studios in London, England. The lineup combines Andrew Latimer on vocals, guitar, and flute, Peter Bardens on piano and organ, Doug Ferguson on bass, and Andy Ward on drums. Total sales are somewhere in the vicinity of 100,000 copies. An interesting fact concerning this album is that the wing flapping sound effect was actually created by whipping a coat around. Next album, Still Crazy After All These Years by Paul Simon. Release date October 17th, 1975. What I like about the album cover is the relaxed posture. The album length proceeds for 34 minutes and 33 seconds, bursting with 10 total tracks. I think that the best track on here is Gone at Last. My favorite line is, when you don't expect it and you're unprepared, somebody will come and lift you higher. Recording location, A&R Recording Studios in New York City. The lineup brings together Paul Simon on vocals, guitar, and horns, Joe Beck, Pete Carr, Jerry Friedman, Hugh McCracken, and John Tropia on guitar, David Hood, Tony Levin, and Gordon Edwards on bass, Barry Beckett on piano, Kenneth Asher on organ, Roger Hawkins, Grady Tate, and Steve Gadd on drums, and Eddie Daniels on saxophone. Total sales have zipped past the 500,000 mark. An interesting fact pertaining to this album is that it resulted in 2 different Grammy Awards later. Next album, The Hissing of Summer Lawns by Joni Mitchell. Release date November 1st, 1975. What I like about the album cover is how detailed the architecture in the background appears. The album length tops out at 42 minutes and 26 seconds. It consists of 10 total tracks. I think that the best song on here is Don't Interrupt the Sorrow. My favorite line is, Truth goes up in vapors. Recording location, Burbank, California and Los Angeles, California. The lineup features Joni Mitchell on vocals, guitar, and piano, Jeff Baxter on guitar, Max Bennett and Wilton Felder on bass, John Guerin on drums, and Bud Shank on saxophone and flute. Total sales have exceeded 500,000 copies. An interesting fact related to this album is that Prince considered it to be one of his personal favorites. Last album for today, Bob Marley and the Wailers, Live. Release date December 5th, 1975. What I like about the album cover is the pop-out effect added to the word Live. The album length spans 45 minutes and 14 seconds, packed with 8 total tracks. I think that the best tune on here is Burnin' and Lootin'. My favorite line is, how many rivers do we have to cross before we can talk to the boss? Recording location. It was recorded 5 months earlier in front of fans at the Lyceum Ballroom in London, England. The lineup entails Bob Marley on vocals and guitar, Al Anderson on guitar, Aston Barrett on bass, and Carly Barrett on drums. Total sales are greater than 1 million copies. An interesting fact that goes along with this album is that it was the first UK show for Bob Marley and the Wailers after an absence of nearly 2 years. Well, that's it. Is there another 1975 album that stands out to you? If so, tell me in the comments below. That does it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate the support. I'll see you next time. Till then, rock on.